well. Sorry, okay.
Well, congratulations to Illinois. But both teams played really hard. They've certainly improved as the season gone along and got great contributions from a lot of guys. I was really proud of how we played in the second half. In the first half we couldn't throw it in the ocean. I was really proud about how we took care of the ball. Only 8 turnovers for the game against a team that really feasts off turning you over. And I thought we did a good job with that. And I thought in the first half they got separation from our inability to make shots. I think we were 1 for 13 from 3, and 11 of them were uncontested. So, you have to make. I'm not saying you make all 13 or all 11 open shots, but not making any of them, allowed them to get that double-figure cushion. It also allowed them to get out in transition, do what they do best, which is attack the basket. And I thought their guards did a good job of trying to get downhill and obviously getting to the free throw line a lot. 38 free throws. That's a lot of free throws, and give them credit for being physical drivers.
Chris Andres Feliz had 2 points in the first time you guys saw them. What's different about him now, and what was the game plan coming into this?
Well, we knew he was a very electric type guy. I mean, he's shown in games that he can really help him a lot. And I thought he got in transition in the first half, which got him going. We did a poor job of getting back and kind of shrinking the floor. I thought he had some one-on-one opportunities where he could use his speed and strength to get to the basket. He saw the ball go in with some layups. And then he took 17 free throws. So, I mean, when you get 17 free throws, you're going to be confident with other parts of your game. So it's obviously we've got to do a better job of not fouling him as much as we did.
Here on the right. Oh, sorry.
Coach, as you said, you guys got off to a hot start in the second half. What was your message to the team at halftime, and what did you think you saw something differently from your team in the second half?
We just got the same shots. We just made them. I think at halftime, Miller Kopp was 0 for 5. I think Ryan Taylor was 0 for 5. I think, some of those guys, I thought we got the same exact shots. We just made them. That's what we told our guys. I thought we weren't turning the ball over. So, if you turn it over single digits against these guys, you're going to feel good about that because they're really good with their pressure defense. But we got open looks all night. One half we didn't make them. The second half we did, and we scored 50. So 49. So we can analyze a lot, like what's right, what's wrong. Sometimes is if you make the shots and if you don't. So, we got the same shots all night. We did not make them in the first. The second half, we did a better job. We made 6 threes in the second.
You're right.
Coach, in that first half, you guys kind of struggled against Illinois' full court pressure. Just what did you notice out of your team that you guys didn't really do well against that with?
Well, we had 8 turnovers for the game, so I'm not sure how they've done. It's got to be one of the lowest against them all year. So, they forced a couple, and they're going to do that. But I'm used to watching them play, and teams turn it over 20-plus times. So if you were to tell me coming into the game you're only going to turn it over 8 times, you're going to live with a couple turnovers. And we did. They got a couple turnovers for layups. They're good. They're good at that. That's what they do. But I'm not sure that was the reason why we lost. We turned it over 8 for the game. It's pretty good in my opinion.
Speaking again on that press, you guys did a really good job against it. Why do you think you were so successful in breaking it and sort of not getting those turnovers?
I just thought guys were strong with the ball. They really they do a good job. If there's any hesitation, they read lanes well. They pressure the ball well. If you're not ready to pass, when guys are open, you gotta pass it up the floor. And then when you do break it, you gotta try to attack it. And not let them get back and trap you in different areas. So again, we had a couple turnovers there. Where we gave up some couple layups, but overall, I just thought our spacing was good. Our guys were strong with the ball, and we were able to get into the front court and get good shots pretty much all night.
Shannon?
Chris, overall in this losing streak, how would you describe the team's morale, and also just what do you detect has kind of shifted since the Indiana one?
Well, our struggles obviously are, if you look at our numbers offensively, we've been a very good defensive team. We've played hard. We've competed. Usually our struggles have been if you look at our numbers across the board, just the way we've shot it, and we've had a hard time. Breaking 50 points or low 50s, and in this league, it's just you're gonna have a hard time winning if you can't manufacture enough points. Obviously, we got a lot of guys kind of playing in spots that isn't their natural position. We've had some unlucky breaks with the guard position coming into the year. you know, with Jordan Ash blowing out his knee and not being able to play. You know, another young man we were supposed to have, and now all of a sudden you got to have Vic Law bring up the ball, and now you got to have AJ. Those guys are wings, so it's like losing your 2 quarterbacks coming into a season, and then your running back has to play quarterback, and then your wide receiver has to play running back, and your tight end has to play right. We've just had to kind of flip guys around, and you know, so our inability to kind of break people down and get easy baskets, you know, playing in a very tough league has hurt us. And I applaud our guys for their attitudes. Now, have they been knocked back? Absolutely. I mean, you lose 11 games or whatever it is in a row, like, and you haven't tasted winning. It's going to be tough. You know, it's going to be tough. And the morale, it's going to be hard. But our guys have continued to come to practice. Their attitudes have been good. I haven't noticed, like tonight, I thought, you know, we had every reason at halftime to lay down. You know, you're down double figures. You're not shooting well. You know, you're on the road. And our guys didn't. They kept fighting. They got themselves back in the game and just came up a little short. So I applaud them for how they've done that. I feel for them just because I see the work they put in. They come every day. We work on our game plans. We put the time in. We put the work in. And sometimes when you play in a league like this, that's brutal. If you got to play really good to win, and we haven't been able to do that for the last 11 games or whatever, 10 games, whatever it is, and that's where I feel bad about the guys. And we got an opportunity to go home. We have 2 home games, and you know, you just never know how quickly it can flip. You know, you look at a lot of teams in the league, whether it's Penn State, they lost 10 in a row and then they won 1, and then they win 5 out of 7. You know, same thing with this Illinois team. They got off to a really tough start. They come home and they have a big win over Minnesota where things go well, and then their confidence turns and they start playing really good basketball. And those are just 2 examples. And you know, for us, we need a game like that. You know, we need a game where we put it together. You know, we see the ball go in, we play good defense, we find a way to get a win, and then, you know, see what happens. And so it has been frustrating for everybody. You know, we all are living and dying, and these guys care and they want to win, and so it's tough when you have a streak where you're not putting it together.
Anything else for Coach?
Thanks, Chris.
All right,
All right, thanks, guys.